Hi, this specific video is to tell you about the important maths topics as far as NMAT is concerned and strategy. A good way to go about solving and preparing for NMAT is first write a free mock that they have once you register. So you will get the paper pattern and what type of questions come across. So go to the type of questions that come, and then once you have a fair idea, then maybe you can accordingly prepare. Now, what are the courses? We have some courses for NMAT, which is NMAT workshop, NMAT mocks, and NMAT videos. If you're interested, you can contact us. Okay, if you look at a paper pattern, so the Quant section, there is basically 36 questions which has to be solved in 52 minutes. They give you enough time. I mean, there is almost 1.5 minutes per question which is there. In that breakup is that you have 4 to 5 questions of data sufficiency, 8 to 12 questions of DI, and the rest of the question is maths. So mathematics has a higher weightage as far as exam is concerned. Now, topics not asked is geometry. You need not study geometry for NMAT because they don't ask geometry questions. But they ask all the remaining most of the questions they ask, including number systems, averages, logs, percentages, ratio, proportion, work pipe, equation. So all this, I mean, arithmetic is obviously the major chunk in most of the exams. So there is arithmetic, which is percentage, ratio, work, average, etc. But yes, there is to some extent that logs, which is there. There is a little bit of probability, permutation, combination, which is there. So go to it. Apart from that, this concept on calendar and pattern. Calendar is not very common with regards to a CAT. Harmonic progression also not comes in the CAT, it does comes in the NMAT. So do be comfortable with it as such. Right. So if you're preparing the strategy for writing the exam, so if you're writing the examination, look, what happens is depends on how much time you take for the exam. A lot of people are not able to complete the whole set of questions in a given time frame. So you need to identify how many questions you're able to solve in the examination. Based on that, form a strategy. Also find marks per minute for each type of question which is there. So for BI, what is the marks per minute? For data sufficiency, what is the marks per minute? For Quant, what is the marks per minute? So wherever you get a higher marks per minute, try to prioritize that question. Okay, and maybe others you can maybe just guess mark and move forward. Remember, don't leave questions in NMAT. Important to guess mark. So there is no negative marking. So try to guess mark and move forward. Find approximately how many questions you can solve in the examination. Okay, in the time frame. So you have a time frame of 52 minutes. Try to find how many questions you can solve, and then based on that, plan your paper. And just to give you example, suppose you can solve 30 questions. Okay, and that means you can leave around 4 to 6 difficult questions which are there. I mean, instead of starting solving the first 30 questions and realizing that the last 6 questions you cannot solve, which were easy, that doesn't make sense. So it makes sense to plan in such a way that you leave out 4 to 6 questions in the middle, that you guess mark. So that means for every 9 questions, you can maybe leave 1 question in this case. So that means if you find a tough question somewhere in between, you can leave a question. Don't try to solve every question which is there, because if you try to solve every question which is there, what will happen is you will waste a lot of time on a difficult question, and you may find less time for questions that you can actually solve. Right? So plan your paper based on how much you're scoring, and if you can really have a proper strategy in place, you can really do well. Ensure that you complete a paper, because if you're not able to complete a paper, people tend to score much lower marks as such. So ensure that you attempt all the 36 questions which are there in the paper, and then plan accordingly so that you can give time to the easy questions and get that right, and just guess mark the difficult questions. Right? I hope that helps. We will come up with videos for logic and verbal as well, and we will help you with regards to whatever preparation that you require, whatever guidance you require for the exams. All the best.